First step in de-winterizing is to drain the fresh water tank and get as much of the antifreeze out of the fresh water tank as possible. Hi, I'm Tricia and welcome to Flew the Coop. Today I'm going to start my de-winterizing on my camper van. And first of all, I'm going to be putting some fresh water into the fresh water tank because it's full of antifreeze and I want to flush that out. So I thought we'll just start with the easiest part first. Might not be the easiest part, but after I get that done and I still have the water and I go out, the hose out, I'm going to be washing. Little RT here. So I just thought I would bring you along and show you what you have to do if you have a Class B or a C or an A or just a camping trailer. It's got to be done. You got to winterize it and then you got to de-winterize it. And I can say that I like winterizing better than I do de-winterizing. So come on along. First of all, this is a little gadget that you can hook on here. And it's got a little nozzle so you can, well, I can. There we go. And what I did was on my hose, I put another one so that I can switch nozzles to different things. So let me see. Back here, I don't know if you can see it, there is a cap for the fresh water tank. This is the winter water tank that I have it set up that it would flow from the winter one into the rest. So basically, if I get this water in this, it's going to go into the rest. So first stop started. I'm inside now and I'm going to run the fresh water that I just put in through all the water lines. It won't get all of the antifreeze out, but I'm going to do it all over again. So the majority of it will be getting out. So in the sink here, I will turn on the cold. Well, first I had to turn on my pump. And I wait until it's not really, really pink. So, and then I will turn on the hot. One year we just blowed the lines out, and I think that did well enough because we didn't seem to have any problem. And then I heard people saying that you shouldn't do it that way. So here we are. Next, it's the toilet. I just hold it down until you don't see pink in there anymore. And I don't have the shower. I don't have the shower head on there. So I'm just going to catch the water as I do the hot. And then the cold. That does the inside because I've done the sink, hot and cold, the toilet, and the shower, hot and cold. Now for the outside shower. Cold and then hot. I got him all washed. And I got it drained, and I'm going to start again, and I'm going to disinfect the water lines this time. So all I've got to do is start putting some more water in here. And then I'm going to put a cup of bleach. You have to make sure that it's just regular liquid bleach and not the no spill kind. And I'm going to put a cup of that in there and finish filling it up. And then I'm going to take it for a ride. Let's see how we do. Get it all squished around. And then, of course, you come back and you go through the lines again. That's the one thing about when you get it out in the spring or whenever you get it out, and you've got to get all the stuff that you put in there for the winter out. So this is a thing that I got from an auto store at one time, and it just works really good to put bleach or anything else into your. I've got to go get some vinegar because for my hot water tank I use vinegar. So the instructions say about a cup. So it's about a cup. Don't want to get bleach on me. I don't like bleach. Okay. And now, finish filling her up. That I'm out shaking up the bleach solution in my camper, and I decided to go down the brick road. I have a video from years ago riding my bicycle down this brick road. It was just kind of fun, but this really shakes it up. There we go. So I was talking about last night when I was in my van because I went out there to just watch a movie and sit in the driveway. Then all of a sudden, the whole street was covered with police officers and some other, like, I don't know, big search equipment and stuff. And where I live at a dead end, and the street across from me is a dead end, they were all over the place. And I was freaked out because I'm thinking, who are they looking for? And I didn't want to get out of the camper because they were all out there with their search flashlights, and I didn't think that I should just pop out because I didn't know, were they looking for somebody that had done something bad, and I didn't really know. So whoa, I was just kind of trapped because I had my curtains up across here, and they're kind of block out curtains, and basically I'm gonna practice back in here. Basically, let's see here. I can't tell when I get to the end. Ah, shoot, I'm locked in. I guess. Okay. That looks pretty good. Let me go check. Uh-oh, lost my shoe. Yeah, tires right on the end. Don't want to lose one of my shoes. Oh, it looks pretty good. I'm pretty straight. That's, yep, that's good. So, I lost my train of thought. I didn't want to get out because I didn't know if they were searching for somebody and they think I was the somebody or what. And this went on for quite some time. It was about 9 o'clock at night, and I started thinking, I got to get out of this car. I'm freaking out, thinking, what are they looking for and everything. And I knew they didn't know I was in my camper. And so I called 911 and I explained to them the situation, that there was, officers all over the place. And I was in my camper watching TV, and I didn't know what to do. And she says, well, you're allowed to be in your driveway in your camper. And I said, that's not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about getting out and them thinking I'm the person they're looking for or something. And she told me that they were looking for a 2-year-old. And then I thought, well, then if I jump out, they might think that I got her in here, or him. I didn't know. And so anyways, finally, most of the vehicles left, and there was only one left. And he was down talking to another neighbor. And so I did get out, and I went down and talked to him. And he says, so you were in your camper when I was walking all around and with my light? I says, yeah. So, but anyways, that's what happened. There's a couple people here getting ready. A little guy with his little girl going to go fishing. Excuse me, fishing at the pond. Yep, I'm at the pond. Um, might head up on here in a little bit and go to the cemetery and then back home, because I think I've gotten it shooken up pretty well. And it only has to stay in there for about an hour to sanitize everything. So that's where we're at. This isn't too bad of the part, just driving around and shaking it up. And then after I drain that one and run the water through all the pipes and everything, then I will have to go to the dump station to dump the gray and black tank. So, see you in a bit. Now that the freshwater tanks have been sanitized, I'm going to move on to the hot water tank. I learned this from somebody online. It's a plastic bolt. You could use a regular bolt, I guess, and a plastic washer. And you put it through this hole, so you're not relying on just this flap. A lot of people have lost these covers because this flap will go off and turn, and then you go down the street and it's off. So that's just a little trick for you to use if you have one of these. So I don't know what size this is. I'm sure it says somewhere. 1/16. 1 1/16. Got that or not? But anyways, it fits over the anode rod. So, and this one wasn't really bad from last year. I just left it in compared to the new one. That's what the anode rod does, is that the water, the hard water, eats away at the rod and not at your tank. So how are you going to put it in there? Okay, this is what somebody online had done, and with the fittings, and I do not know if these have the sizes or anything else on it. I'm not much help to you, am I? But this will fit right in here. where the anode rod goes. I don't know if I say that right or not. It's ANODE. So just fasten that on there as tight as I can. And then you put this here. Then we have a funnel. Put that down in there. So I'm going to put a gallon of water in first. And then vinegar. And I'll be right back. Well, I thought maybe you didn't get to see everything that I've done here with the pipe in there. So where it's up higher, uh, that'll just fill up to wherever the height there and stop. And I can leave it here overnight to do its job. So some of the things that you do are just downright boring. And for my channel, not really a RV channel, or I just do stuff and I bring my subscribers along. So if you would like to subscribe, please do. And I can't guarantee that it's going to be anything that you're interested in, but I can guarantee that there'll probably be tears sometime. It's 1/3 vinegar and 2/3 water. So on my case, with a 6-gallon tank, that means 2 gallons of vinegar and 4 gallons of water. So, and that's what I'm doing, is just putting it in here. It's full, so I'll just leave this here. I took the funnel out, and tomorrow I will just turn this sideways and all the water will run out. And hopefully nothing hits it and runs it out tonight. And I'll bring you back tomorrow when I finish cleaning out the hot water tank. And then my whole water systems on the camper should be done. Today I cleaned some of the inside and went through stuff and seen what I did need. And I also, for 2 years, I've been trying to fix at the rubber that goes around. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Oh, it's kind of dark in here. Well, I'll probably have to just take a picture of it because I don't think you can see this. But there's a rubber gasket that goes around here, and I tried to fix it for 2 years. I tried everything, but this, where it wasn't rounded this way up against the side of the van, it would pop out and push this off. Well, today I tried and tried again, and I got so upset that I pulled this whole metal back thing. It's for the stove. So I pulled it off. Then I couldn't get it back in. But when I pulled it off, then I bent it in half to round it that way so it wouldn't be popping out all the time. And I ended up over here in this side. I couldn't get it down all the way, so I had to get my handy dandy knife out and carve out some of the little bit of wood that was under there because I think it had gotten swollen over the years. And I got her back in, and I think it's going to finally work. You don't know how many times I bumped my head and hurt myself trying to fix this because we'd be going down the road, and this would pop out and make all kinds of noise. Then that rubber, all this rubber would fall off. So, and I tried everything, but I put it back to the way it should be, I think. So let's hope that one works too. The vinegar and water has set in there overnight. And so now we will just release it. So now it is about finished. And I will try and put in the description or somewhere the dimension of these pieces, the elbows and stuff, and what size this part is that goes into where the anode rail goes. I cleaned the threads with this. I put the new anode rod in, and I've closed this release valve here. So now we have to go open up the water inside, take it off bypass, and see if we have any leaks. This is a pretty tight fit in here. Right now, this is on bypass, so it is not going into the hot water tank. So I need to take it off a bypass. It's right there, that knob. Then there's a cold and a hot water knob up here. And there's one here. Shoot. There we go. I heard water go. Now this is the part that I usually ask my husband if there's any leaks, etc. So we'll run back outside and see. Good news is no leaks here, and no leaks from the valve. So we can put the cover back on, and we're about done. Now to see if the water heater works. We'll give it a few minutes and see if we get hot water. So I have taken this in and had the oil changed and the radiator flushed and all the fluids topped off. And I have a new battery because the battery went bad over the winter, and I had that all done and all the mechanics checked out. I've got fresh water in here because I already sanitized my freshwater tanks. I've taken it and emptied the black and gray, and I have got sanitized my hot water tank, and it's all working good. I just have to take this to a place that puts propane into the vehicle, into the tank back there, and I think I'll do a little bit more cleaning and take some stuff out that I just won't need since my husband passed away. So there you have it. It's not a real technical tutorial on de-winterizing a camper van, but it's what I did. And it's what I normally do, except for I have my husband standing on the outside and I'm yelling through the window, is it leaking? Is it this? Is it that? He didn't do the inside mechanics of this. He did the mechanical for the engine. And that's why I'm a little bit hesitant about this trip, because I always thought he would just, if something broke down, he would fix it. And I wasn't concerned about any of this. My generator does not work. And I think it might need a spark plug or something because it's just not getting that spark. But I don't have a RV place that can crawl in under there because the generator is down and under this van. Everything is really low on the van. And, so I'm hoping that everything goes well. So later, taters. Bye for now.